Nearly there. Here we go. We're streaming. You're good to go.
All right, great. So welcome everyone to Wellspring Live, your source of inspiration, guidance, support, and vision for your growing, starting, expanding spiritual business. You know, a wellspring is an inexhaustible source of anything, not just water. So it's my desire to encourage and support and open you to the wellspring of your possibilities in creating a thriving practice that is right-sized for you. Because I believe that it is absolutely time for all light workers to shine, to step out, to reach their people and abundantly thrive on all levels. It's time to break through some of these old paradigms. So it's time for energy healers, shamans, metaphysicians, paradigm shifters, spiritual life coaches, any way you identify in that realm, to stand up and feel your message that's within you, within your being. It's just like pushing from inside, saying it's time to get out there, right? To know that you have what it takes to make the impact that you feel you're here to make. So each one of these Wellspring videos is here to bring forward a thought, an awareness, an energy shift, a mindset shift, a paradigm disruptor. I like to disrupt paradigms that will be so supportive in breaking down old energies and patterns that have kept you feeling stuck, and support you in moving into a space of feeling clear and confident and in alignment and sourcing that wellspring that's inside of each of you. And each of these weekly messages are recorded and they're archived on the Conscious Conversations with Your Business Facebook group. They're archived on the YouTube page. There are lots of ways to go back and watch not just this one, but all the other ones that have been done so far. So time is not a problem for you. They'll always be available for you. So here's what I want to share about today. And today's topic is spiritual hacks for your business. Now, it's kind of an intriguing download for me when this topic came through. But so let's just kind of look at the word hack, first of all, and what I mean by a spiritual hack, because the word hack often is connected with computers and computer systems and people hacking computer system. And it's not necessarily a very positive word, because usually somebody's done something wrong to hack a computer system like that. But we're using it in a good way today. So what I'm talking about here with this idea of a hack is we are going to talk about what can we do that's unexpected or out of the box. How can we shift and change, make things more accessible and easy for us, become aware of what our old thinking, beliefs, and patterns are, so that we can, in a sense, hack our way, get through that to the other side where we have more freedom, more understanding of ourselves, more allowance, more courage, more sense of empowerment, whatever is right for you. So in this case, when I'm talking about spiritual hacks, I mean using your spiritual energetic tools to support the growth, the opening, the possibilities for you, no matter what stage you're at in your spiritual business. Whether you are still learning things and dreaming about it being the next stage for you, whether you're getting things going and you want more there, or whether you've actually been in business for a while and you want to get to a bigger audience, serve more people, you want to pivot or expand. So these spiritual hacks that I'm going to bring up today, and by the way, I'm going to ask you to share some of your ideas around this in a little bit. So get ready with your fingers on your keyboard. But these spiritual hacks can support you in some really key energies. Number one, our inner energetic alignment with our vision. Because the truth is, no matter what we vision, the way it happens more easily, more successfully, or even at all is because our energy within is aligned to our vision. It's okay if it's not aligned right now, but we want to be able to use some of these spiritual hacks, if you will, to get us into energetic alignment. And then it's far easier to move towards our vision in those aligned steps. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, these spiritual hacks can support us in releasing thoughts, beliefs, and patterns that are not in alignment with our dreams. We all have them. This is called the beliefs in our family of origin, in our community, in our religious upbringing, in our school upbringing, in just collective consciousness as well. There's a series of thoughts, beliefs, and patterns that we've had from our human experience, including, by the way, our past lives. And when those are there and they're not in alignment with our dreams, we don't need to sit and feel blocked and stuck and thwarted. We can use these spiritual hacks to become aware of it, whatever those its are, all of them, and begin to gently, lovingly move through them so that they are not going to hold us back from our vision. And similar to what I just said, another nuance of this is we want to be able to use these spiritual hacks to release energy from other times and places. Now, what do I mean by that? Primarily, I'm meaning other times and places that you've incarnated. So this is based on the idea that we've been on this planet many, many times. And if we've been here many times, we've had a lot of experiences in other human forms, meaning maybe you were a woman in the 1800s, maybe you were a man in the 1900s, whatever it was, whatever your experiences are, the energies that we want to be able to liberate, if you will, are the ones that might not keep us flowing towards the vision we have for this lifetime. I think of it as updating our program when we're releasing energies from other times and places. Those were great programs, great energies in some other time and place. If they're still active, we want to be able to release them, right? And another thing is we want to keep our energies optimized as we take steps forward toward our purpose, towards our mission, towards our vision. And these spiritual hacks support us in optimizing our energy field, being that beacon of light, being that lighthouse for other people to come find us so that we can serve them in a way that our soul's calling forward from us. Another thing that these spiritual hacks can do is keep us from holding ourselves back or feeling less than, or in any way keeping us from fulfilling what we're here to do. How many of you can relate to that? We all have energies that keep us holding ourselves back. You know, they're sometimes very, very subtle. Sometimes we keep a lid on ourselves because of concern about other people in our family or other people at work. And, you know, thinking, oh, if we shine too much, if we become successful, who's going to have an opinion about that or stop showing off? And we have a lot of that there. So our spiritual hacks keep us from holding ourselves back, not from a force point, but we can understand and release those energies and get into that safe, secure, confident place for ourselves that, again, allow us to shine, knowing that this is what we're here to do. So those are just some examples. If you have some other examples, you can feel free to put them in the chat. We'd love to read them. The key is that when we apply these spiritual hacks to our life and our business, we can't really separate them. Sometimes we talk about them separately, but you know, wherever we go, there we are. So if we are creating a business, especially if you're a solopreneur, as you're the only person in your business, or you have a very small business, you and your business are co-creating together. And so what we want to be able to do is use these spiritual hacks to give us the opportunity to create beyond our normal or current, I think is a better word, expectations. So let's get more specific about what some of these spiritual hacks are. I'm going to share some, and I'm going to invite you to chime in with some of your own. And you're going to get this as soon as I give you the first one. So these are things that, Paul's here online with us too, and Paul can chime in at any time here, but these are tools, spiritual hacks. I mean, the spiritual hacks are our spiritual tools. What do we bring to the table that has that energetic component at it to support shifting our life and changing our paradigm? Number one, for both Paul and I over the last over 11 years, the Akashic Records. And for almost the same amount of time, the universal sphere. Both of us use tapping all the time. We are really into doing Kundalini Yoga to shift our energetic presence, and also Ho'oponopono. I could go on, but that's enough. There's 5 of them. So what these are our spiritual go-to tools. And what they do is they hack our system in a good way. They allow us to create new paradigms, to create openings and access to more, right? In a positive way. Access more of our potential. And these are just some of them. I'm wondering, as you hear this list, what are your spiritual hacks? What are your tools that you use on a regular basis? Or, and this goes back to the last Wellspring Live, what are the things that you could be using and you haven't thought about how you can support this in expanding your energy field, getting clear about who you are, and also doing the same with your business, using your tools to literally hack who you are to become more, expand to be more, so that there's more of you feeling confident and aligned and in your potential. And so, Paul, I know that whenever anyone is putting things in the chat, especially on Facebook, Paul's going to be popping it in here. And okay, so we have somebody saying that, 1 second, please. Have a little technical glitch. It helps if you plug your microphone in. Just note to self and everyone else. Uh-oh. Okay, my screen went black. Just so everyone knows, there's a hurricane in the area at large. It went through Florida, and many of you may be aware of that. I think the whole world is aware of that. And it's headed here. So forgive me for if there are any technical glitches for any of you that's related to all that. So is that better, Paul, with my mic closer? It's actually on now.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So isn't this fun, everyone? Total transparency. You know what? It's okay if we're not perfect and we carry on with a smile. It's all right. So let me continue on with what I'm talking about here. So again, why are these energy practices spiritual hacks? It's because each and every single one of these has the potential to create a pathway for energetic change that bypasses traditional business models, traditional thinking, and to traditional expectations, especially for those of us who got into business or dreaming about getting into business and you've never been a business owner. What do? We default to what's traditionally out there in the world. And there are some great traditional business models out there, but don't forget, you have the ability to navigate that a lot more easily with more grace that's aligned for you Most important thing, not being like anyone else, not doing things the way everyone else does, doing it in the way that's aligned with you and your truth, with all the tools that you already have. Because each one of these spiritual hacks, and when you apply spiritual tools, each of them support you in creating a new paradigm. Your success comes in the energy and the space of a new paradigm, or a shifted, altered, expanded paradigm. So ideas and experiences around your business that I just want to share with you. Tell me if you can relate to any of these, or if you have some of your own. This idea that business is hard. How many of you have had that, heard that, believe it? You might even know people who say, oh my gosh, you're working for yourself. That is so hard. I'm never going to do that. Right? Or that, good things only come out of really hard work. Now, these are thought forms in our collective. And not only that, the idea that things can be hard, we often wear as this badge of achievement, don't we? Oh, I'm working so hard. How many hours am I working? As if flogging ourselves was something that we want a medal for. So we want to think about this. And what if we can transform that idea, that energy, that thought form, that experience into it being actually very easy when you're aligned in an energetic flow? Who said it had to be hard? And we can use our spiritual tools for this. There's also another really common belief out there, especially when you're starting a business, is it takes a long time to earn any money. How many of you have heard that? And that is, it might, but it might not. If we believe it's going to take us a long time to earn money, or get sustainable, or supporting ourselves, or getting to the place that we can leave our job to do this, yummy thing that we're dreaming about. If we believe it, then we will definitely manifest it that way. That's not like there's anything wrong with us. That's just what we believe we manifest. But what if we can use these tools to create ease and transform it into money flows in easily, in energetic balance to what I'm sharing with the world? Isn't that a yummy energy that you can activate in your energetic field, versus it takes a long time to earn money? It's hard to earn money. People aren't going to want to pay me. But what if money flows in easily and in energetic balance to what I'm sharing in the world? And the truth is, all of us need money to live. So the question is, where are you most satisfied receiving it from? If you want to stay at your job and you feel like that is a great place to receive from, that's cool. That's great. That's called clarity. If you really want to start creating a sustainable practice, then you want to open up to ease and flow in a beautiful balance to what you're offering to the world. Here's my third one that I'm going to share with you. I've heard this a lot. I'm not good enough, or I don't know enough. And so there are very often times that people are holding themselves back. It's like a block or a stuckness that says, oh, I'm not good enough yet, or I don't know enough yet. I need to take another class. I need to finish this training. I need to practice more. But you can actually transform that into an energy of, I know what my next steps are, because my clarity comes from my intuitive alignment. Like, I'm ready to go out into the world right now, even if there's more I'm going to learn. Because as you know, we keep learning, changing, growing, and expanding our entire life. We're not going to ever feel like, oh, this is solid. I know absolutely everything. Especially when you're in an energetic field and teaching and learning, it's going to keep growing and expanding. I know for myself, I have done a deep dive with the Akashic Records I'm in my 12th year of working in the records. And the reality is, I feel like I'm very confident in working in the Akashic Records. And I am constantly learning more. because of my work in the records. So when we allow for that, I'm always going to learn more, but I can still start with where I am now. These are ways that we can start using these spiritual hacks, hack into what your programming already is with your spiritual tools so you can open up to more of your highest potential. And when you're living in your field of highest potential, that means you're going to create that pathway to support other people in doing the same. So, because when you choose to choose, I love the word choose, or choice. When you choose to choose how you wish to create a business and realize that what you imagine is possible, take a moment to feel that what you imagine or what you dream about or what you hope or vision, open up to it is possible. It is. Now, your mind might go, but how's that going to happen? I don't know. What kind of time frame? What's it going to look like at the end? Be in the moment and just open up to that it is possible. All that you feel that wants to come through you is possible. Why? Because you feel it wanting to come through you. We're going to trust those inner desires, the longings, the calling from within. And then what you do is if you trust that what I'm imagining, what I'm dreaming, what I really want to have the experience of, the way I want to support other people, whether it's through writing a book, whether it's creating a program, whether it's through one-to-one sessions, whether it's singing, whether it's creating guided meditations, channeling, whatever you do, hold that vision in the space of it is possible. And then what you do is use your spiritual hacks, use your spiritual tools to support that new reality coming to fruition. Because I'm going to say, what if your business, whatever, and so business, we'll probably have to talk at some point about changing that word from business, because automatically it has a lot of energetic constriction around it, doesn't it? It has already a lot of form around it, so we can maybe find a new word for that. But what if it was fun? What if it was easy? What if it was in that flow of your inner awareness and it just flows from you, and the growth happens in steps that you're in alignment with? And what if you can create a business that's literally abundant on all levels? And what I mean by that, abundant, remember, abundance is a lot of anything. I could say I have abundance of cats, or I have abundance of fall leaves outside my window, which I do. So, and it could be money. So abundance is a lot. So what if you can feel that your business can be abundant in clients? You have plenty of clients, more than enough. Money, ideas, opportunities, time, life balance. We could go on. What if you can bring about this energy and activate it with your spiritual hacks, or ones that you learn that is fun, it's easy, it's in flow, it's in alignment, and it's abundant in all the ways that you would like your business to be abundant. Now, so if you haven't created or begun your business yet, it's okay. You can begin to use your spiritual tools or your hacks to find that sweet spot of the first steps to create successful momentum. Because the idea of using these spiritual hacks really applies to every single area of your life, including your business. So anything you do for yourself will personally impact your entire beingness. And so that means it will also ripple into everything, including your business. So here's my question for all of you, for those of you who are online, no matter where you are, what spiritual tools, what ways can you create that spiritual hack that breaks through old thinking, old paradigms, and brings you into a new, more open, more aligned reality? So love to see what those are in the chat. And how do you use them for yourself? And feel free to share also, because I'm guessing that as we share, there are going to be people who say, wow, that's such a great idea. I never thought about it. So you might be very inspirational for somebody else watching this now or watching the replays. And if you haven't thought about this, how might you use your spiritual tools that you have, or ones that you're learning, or ones that you're aspiring to support your spiritual business? And what I mean by that is, how can you use those tools and apply it to yourself and your business? Not just how you offer it to your clients, but how do you apply it to yourself? So I look forward to seeing what's coming. I'm going to just check in with the chat right now. So Mireille says Reiki and the Akashic Records for now. Sounds like there's more in your future. And Brenda said, I'm not sure I use any of the tools regularly, which I would like to change so that I'm more consistent for myself and my business. And then she said, I have a daily Reiki practice. So thank you for sharing that. What I love about that is that when we start getting regular, getting consistent to apply what we know to ourselves. Like, imagine yourself being one of your clients coming to you and saying, I'm having this issue. What would you do for them? Write it out and start doing it for yourself. And the key, which is probably a whole nother Wellspring Live, is about consistency, because consistency is what creates the sustained energetic change. So it's not just a little flash in the pan, but we want to be really consistent about bringing in a new pattern, a new energy, so that it becomes the permanent installation instead of just something that's temporarily moving through. And somebody here says, oh, Brenda still, I too often compare myself to others in energy practice and then worry that I'm not ready, don't have enough experience. You know, this is a very common thing. I really understand this a lot, and I've heard it a lot. And the reality is, focusing on, I'm sure you know this, when you compare yourself to others and you don't feel ready, what you know is your energy, your thoughts, your awareness are not with you. So turn the spotlight to you and say, what am I ready for? Who are the people that I can start helping right now? And I can grow into all those other things. And I probably don't need to say this, but it's so true. I had a good wake-up call around this just recently, is you really can never judge somebody else's business from the outside unless they're super deep, close personal friends of yours. But if, you know, we have social media, and what we notice is, here's a hack for you. Are you ready? When you see somebody who you think is more successful, more on it, maybe you're not going to be like them, maybe you're not ready, you've got to learn more, whatever it is that you need to do. Here's how you look at it. Number one, notice the envy and the jealousy, maybe the admiration. It's okay. And then what you do is say, they appear to be very successful. They appear to be on it. They appear. So because, and this is not to put anybody down, but when we, especially with social media, what we see is what people are willing to show. There's so much more to everyone than what we see in social media. And we know that. I know that. You know, I would say 1/10 of my life is out there on social media, and I'm not as active as some people are out there. Why? Because I don't want to put every aspect of my life out there. Why? Because for me, it doesn't matter. For me, I'm going to show up in a space just like you do everywhere. If you went to a family reunion, if you went to a business meeting, if you went to a yoga class, whatever you do, wherever you go, you show up slightly differently, don't you? So what you want to do is to take some of the energy of the comparison down, is just say, wow, they appear to be very successful, or they appear to have a business that I would like to have. That's okay. Be in that space for a minute. Now turn it on you. What can I do right now? Who can I help? What am I ready for now? So that you're with you and not abandoning yourself because of these other people. That's my suggestion. Tell me what you think about that. And Adele here says she does tapping, Kalos. She's using her Healy, Ho'oponopono, and Tat. Lots of energy tools. That's so amazing that those are things that she can use for other people, but also with herself. And that's how she can hack. Everyone has their own things that they've learned. And, you know, your spiritual hack could be using your cards, your oracle cards or your tarot cards. It could be using your pendulum to get into and understanding yourself energetically. So the question is this: what is it that you would like to share? And how can you imagine using your tools to hack your way in a good way into the business of your dreams? What do you notice is potentially slowing you down or holding you back? And where would you like to grow more? It doesn't have to be all of it. Where would you like to grow more right now? Is something scaring you or intimidating you? Is there a way that you might feel that you're not quite ready or even worthy? So I'm going to invite you to share that in the chat. Right now, what is that sort of top of mind first thing that you feel like, well, this is where I'm probably slowing myself down, or this belief is slowing me down, or I'd like to grow more in this area, or what's intimidating you? What's scaring you? And then there could be a way that you would like to grow and expand that you've not connected with yet, and you might feel stuck. So what are those feelings? Just tapping into that. And Brenda says, I like that phrasing. What can I do right now? Yeah, you know what? Because you're only empowered in your given moment. And when we get stuck by looking at other people, and believe me, we all do, nobody is immune to that ever. So the question is, notice it, acknowledge it, forgive yourself for it. It's okay. We're all going to do that. But then turn the spotlight back to you. They don't need your energy and attention. They get to manage it themselves. Bring your energy back to you. What can I do right now? And she goes on to say, I do have clients that appear to be very happy with the work I do. Yay! And she needs to focus on that feeling. Absolutely. Focus on what's working. Decide what your next step is and assume it's possible, and then move towards it in whatever way you move through your life and business. Okay. That's how you get successful. We have here Adele saying, holding me back, fear of persecution. Oh, big energy around fear of persecution. It's so true. Some of us have experienced it in this life, and some of us have experienced it honestly in other lives. I should probably do a Wellspring live about that, because we want to let go of those old energies when we can. And then also holding me back, fearing of not earning enough, having enough clients, and failing. And right, so what can you do when you bring up this fear? What can you do to say, to settle yourself down, bring you out of fear, you know, lower that, so that, because when we're in fear, stress, worry, anxiety, our energy's closing in, right? So we want to keep our energy open. So use your tools to keep your energy open as much as you can. So, all right. So thank you for all of that. I hope this idea of your spiritual hacks and applying it to yourself, which is really a flow on from last week's message as well. I hope these really help you out. And as you've already heard, one of the most significant business tools that both Paul and I use are the Akashic Records. And many of you know this already. And I can say very confidently that Paul and I would not have made the progress and the forward movement that we have without the Akashic Records and our other tools. but the Akashic Records have been very significant. The Akashic Records have been an essential energy in each of our business decisions. When we have an opportunity come for us, somebody asks us to do an interview or anything like that, we always go back to the Akashic Records. Is this great? Is it aligned? Plus, it gives us that guided focus on a regular basis. They have kept us on track in our personal lives as well as our business. And really, those are one and the same. So I want to bring up, again, I just mentioned it briefly last time, that coming up in October and November in 2 weekends, I'm going to be teaching Akashic Records and your business course. Because your business, no matter where you're at in the development, growth, or expansion of it, is waiting for you to develop a working relationship with it. And you can be able to ask your business for its guidance so it can support you and guide you. You can get to know that you have that partner in your business, meaning your business is your partner as you collaborate. And it supports you in understanding that your business is there actually to provide you guidance and direction. You're not just dragging it along. It actually can support you. So in this course, you're going to learn about the Akashic Records, so you don't have to have any prior experience with it. If you do, great. If you don't, that's okay. You're going to learn how to open the records for yourself as well as your business. You're going to experience how to effectively work there for yourself and your business, how to create a soul-aligned business vision using the Akashic Records, how to go in those proper aligned steps that are aligned with your vision, and also what you can do when you feel stuck, afraid, insecure, or unclear in your business, and also how you can move into new manifestation paradigms of success. So you're going to have a lot of time in the records, not just hearing about it, but being in the records and interacting with other people in the course. So Paul's popped that link up in the chat, and I'd love to have you join me in, again, it's 2 weekends. 1 weekend in October, then a few weeks in between to give you time to practice and integrate and relate to other people in the course. And then we'll have another weekend in November. And yes, there will be recordings if you can't show up live to all of it. And again, for all the more nitty-gritty details, times, dates, money, all of that, more details about what's involved in the course, you can click on the link and read about it. And I really invite you to go to the next level with yourself and your business, utilizing this integration, the weaving, if you will, of the energy of yourself and your business. As always, our ongoing conversations about what we talk about will be in the private Facebook community, Conscious Conversations with Your Business. Go there and connect in, ask your questions, share your wins, your ahas, your breakthroughs, whatever is happening for you there. And I can't wait to see you next week. And feel free to share these Wellspring messages with others. If you're on the Facebook group, you won't be able to share them from there, but go to our YouTube page and you can share them from there or invite people into the Conscious Conversations group. The more the merrier. As light workers, we need to shine, get out there and transform the world. No more hiding. We want to get out of hiding, don't we? Let me just check on the last. Adele says, our spiritual life and our business is one and the same. She's quoting me. And she said, that's the key. Thank you. And Brenda said, thanks for doing these every week. It's so helpful in shifting my own focus and inspiring me to keep going. Yay! That's what we need to do. We want to be inspired. We want to keep going. We want to believe in ourselves, our dream, our vision, and then say, if I do that, I can get there. Now that gives us a very different energy to move forward with and find the solutions that we need, right? So much love and blessings to all of you. Thank you, Paul, for supporting all this quietly in the background.